Okay, I had my pick in my pocket that time, so it was not a big deal. Now, the blues. The blues can be played in a variety of different ways. You can look up the blues scale. That is not what I use. It's close, but it's kind of what they use in books typically that they call the blues scale. Is actually not as complex. It's a little watered down. What I typically do is I try to play both the major and minor pentatonic. And as I'm talking about this, I just realized I probably want to find it in A, not E. That one will probably work. We'll try that. So we'll do that, but we'll see. It doesn't always work. Typically, you have to have a 7 in it. But so you're playing. We'll go with A, right? So the A minor pentatonic. And then the A major pentatonic. We're going to play both of those. And when I say that, I don't mean playing and while that kind of sounds like what we're doing, that's not what I mean. I mean taking the A, let's say take the A major pentatonic and overlay it over the A minor pentatonic. So you end up with something like this. It gets a little confusing, but I'm going to try to work you through this. So the first lick that I'm going to do first is sounds like this. It's one of my favorites. So you're basically, see, so there's your root. We go a full step back, do a half step there, and then we're going to do something like that. I hope you can see that. So when we were doing the major pentatonic, or major harmonic, we were playing this note, that F. We're going to play the F sharp here, so we're going to avoid that F. And a lot of it has to do with just walking things, right? So that allows for a plethora of different ways to build tension. Because the more notes we have, the easier it's going to be to not go back to that root and without getting boring. let's just get started. So that's a different one here. So if we go down to this House of Blues, there's your root, right? Well, in a minor scale, it's a what was it? Step and a half before you get to that major root, and then there's a full step there that we bend at, which would also be right here. You usually go down here, but you can actually, in the blues scale, go from the root note and go a full step and bend from there. So. And you've got these two notes to work. These two notes right here to work with too, so. Now normally, if I'm not playing in the blues, I can kind of, is that little D major position, whatever you want to call it, pattern is right here, so you can kind of, but in blues, you don't have to go that far, and you could just. Oh, so bright. I know why I'm so bright. Let's try that. That's better. That's one I play all the time, by the way. Shoot. I don't know if you can see that or not. So if we're going from the root, you're not going, so if we're at the 4 1 4 1, it actually, it's at the 3 1 on the B string. So you start, you hit that half step there. You're doing a lot of half steps you're not used to doing, and a lot of full steps that you're used to doing a step and a half, but you can also do the step and a half. It's complicated, but once you figure it out, it is so fun. notes that just run straight together, right? Like you can play all of those. They're all like next to each other. Like normally you wouldn't play this note, like we were talking about a while ago. Like there's 10 notes in this, but there's an 11th you could use. Typically it's a passing note, but most of the time if it's a note that's out of the side of the pentatonic, I use it as a passing note anyway. So that's how I do it. I mean, there are times when you can kind of resolve on it, but most of the time not. The weirdest note for me is still that one right here. The one we were talking about last night that kind of bridges the gap between the chimney of the House of Blues and the full step from the major root. That one's harder for me to implement if I'm not like using it as a passing note for the most part. So like that doesn't sound as good to me. Like you can save it. Like I think that sounds better. If you're in this, and I know I've done this several times now, if you're in that little equator and you just want to play the root like as a chord, you just everything. I wish I had my Strat right now, because I would be trying to tear it up. Needs a little more kick. I need some punch. How about a little mids? I'll just give myself one more headroom. There it is. strings on this. I'm going to stop there, but if you want me to go back over that in some way that is more, I don't know, if you have questions, ask them and I'll make another video, because this blues scale, just remember, overlay the major over top the minor and hang on tight.